Okay, good afternoon, everybody. We're going to invite the rest of the panel. I'm hoping there's a slide. Yes, awesome. Invite the rest of the panel to come up onto the stage now while we still wait for some extra stragglers to come in. Thank you, everybody who is here. This is a bigger number than one might potentially expect for the last morning after the last afternoon, straight after lunch. So, if I can get you to come up to the stage, Mariana from SKO in Netherlands, Renata from Kantar Media in the UK, Julian from Media Metre in France, and Josh from Comscore in the US. Right, we've got another couple. Come in, sit down. So I think the session this afternoon is going to be really interesting. We're going to talk about evolutions in measurement methodologies and bringing together different sets of data to try to deliver what advertisers and agencies are looking for, which is a complete view of how consumers are watching television and video across different channels. I know we've talked about this over the years at ICOM, and each time we see some evolutions and new developments and more markets having access to this kind of data, which is great for both the advertisers and the agencies in the audience. So without further ado, I will get on because we're quick, and we'll come back and answer some questions at the end.
So good afternoon, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm glad to see a certain amount of audience, which is very positive. I hope you had a good lunch and a good coffee afterwards. I'm Renata from Kantar Media. I'm here together with Mariana from SKO, and we are going to speak about total video audience measurement and the hybrid models being put into practice. So 100 years on from the invention of the television, we know that TV nowadays is a fusion of the audio-visual experience delivered not just through the TV sets, but delivered through connected devices. And it's delivered linear, time-shifted, place-shifted, and on-demand. And our role as a measurement provider, Kantar Media, is to accommodate this proliferation and to actually transform from the television audience measurement to video, total video audience measurement. And this is actually Kantar Media blueprint. We call it blueprint for video audience measurement. And as you can see, there is a critical role for both panel and census data. And in some countries, actually in Norway, which we are going to present on, out-of-home viewing is a very important part of that blueprint. So together with Mariana, we are going to showcase 3 different countries, Netherlands, Denmark, and Norway. All of them are currently implementing or have already implemented the multi-screen video audience measurement. So I'll pass the floor to Mariana, who is going to give us the update on Netherlands.
Okay, thank you, Renata. As Renata said, I work for the Joint Industry Committee for Television and Video Audience Measurement in the Netherlands. And the Netherlands was last year the first country to present their new daily online ratings, which were hybrid and calibrated. We did this with the help of this model you are seeing on screen. This model won also the Creativity Data Awards last ICOM, so I'm really proud of it. As you see, there are 3 steps. First 3 steps, they are mostly on the gathering the data for issuing the online ratings. They are about census measurement in players from the broadcasters tagging, and also fast tagging for the commercials, video commercials for the publishers participating in the measurement. We also have an online panel measuring households and all the persons within the households within their devices for mobile and also for desktop, laptops, devices, on web browsers, and also on apps. And this results in a calibrated model from the panel to the census and the online ratings we presented last year. This year we are in step 4 of this model, and this is a cross-platform rating where we are fusioning the TV TEM ratings in the TV panel with the online currency for the online video ratings. And this is the first step to the video total. We launched these ratings last week, in April 21st. I want to show you some first results. This graph is showing you the online TV programs consumption in average viewing time for a whole month of March. And then you see this depicted by age and device. And what you see is a pattern we have seen while analyzing this data through the years, which is that the younger age groups are consuming much more online video, and they are doing this on the mobile devices. This is interesting because especially the 30-90 years old is a group that we observe they are consuming less through the TV set. So the real question for us is what this increase in viewing is adding to the net reach of TV. And this is something we can see since last week with the new Fuse ratings. What we could see is the insights of having sites in the overlap. What you see here is the reach from the television TV set, which is very high. Also, the reach on online for programs and commercials. This is data from 1 week in April. And you see that this is a quarter of the total population under 65 years old. And you see also the overlap between online devices and TV. This is 2.8, resulting in an uplift of 3%. And if we split the uplift in terms of age, you see again these young groups. I think it's the generation Z, and also some part of the millennials who are having the higher uplift. Let's see what happens in Denmark.
So another country where we introduced the video audience measurement, and it's an enhanced service measuring content broadcast, stream or time shifted across all devices, is Denmark. And in Denmark, we utilize multiple data resources. As you could see, we've got the core panel implemented, which actually measures TV sets and smart TVs. We have implemented, to avoid the compliance issues, a brand new digital meter panel, which measures all the digital devices. And we have utilized the web profile panel, which was already in place. It's a cookie-based panel and gives us insight on the demographic profile of online viewers. And also, naturally, we utilize census data for calibration purposes. Census gives us the total picture of all viewing of tagged content. So how does it work? First, we combine those two digital panels into total digital panel. Then we fuse the online viewing to core TV panel, and then we calibrate the online viewing to census on a daily basis. And actually, similar chart as Mariana presented, but based on insights from Denmark, you could see on one particular week in April that 84% of individuals 4+ were reached through TV sets, while 19% were reached through connected devices like PCs, smartphones, and laptops and tablets. And looking at the total reach, we could see that connected devices at 3 percentage points, which is an uplift of 4%. And looking at the same uplift, but just by demographics, we could see that actually the highest uplift of 8% is amongst the young people, 12 to 30 years old. So these are just very quick results. We've got only 10 minutes. We can't go further, but we can share more with you if you want. And the third country, and I'll do it very briefly, is actually where we are currently introducing the multi-screen measurement, is Norway. The system is just being set up, and it will go live from January 2018. And it's a new hybrid system to measure TV sets on and online devices in and out of home. And in Norway, actually, the measurement of out of home was very important and still very important. And that's why we are deploying two different panels. The panel A, as you could see, is measuring broadcast video and online video in home. And actually, it's a single source panel. It's single source because online viewing is measured by our passive router meter. And then we've got the panel B, which measures all the out-of-home viewing, TV and online. And what's going to happen from January onwards onwards is we will fuse those two panels on a daily basis, and then the online viewing will be calibrated to census. So this is Norway. As you could see, there are different approaches. In some countries we use a single source, or in other countries we use multiple data resources. But generally the approach is to utilize both panels and the census data. And I'll give it to Mariana now to conclude.
So, just to sum up, some of the elements we have found in the study of these three countries, we see different flavors in terms of the setup of the measurement that has been chosen. As Renata was saying, it's always a combination of panel, sometimes single source of multiple panels, also in combination with census. I think there are differences there. What you always have is some challenges, and I think these challenges are really common within all the countries, maybe within all the countries in Europe. I just listed some of them, but I'm really, really afraid of what happened yesterday during the session. The music started to sound, and then Harry Potter, Lord Voldemort came and cast a spell and throw the speakers away, so I'm going to leave it here. I really hope we have time to discuss much more insights in the models and this challenge during the panel discussion. Thank you very much.